How's it going, guys? This is Najam. Welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to review the Royal KLUDGE RKF68. This is a mechanical keyboard that folds up and it has a built-in stand for mobile devices. So if you're looking for a mechanical keyboard that is portable, this is a really good option. The keyboard has a 60% layout with 68 keys. It has a single color white LED backlighting. You can connect this keyboard via Bluetooth and also USB wired connection. You can connect up to 3 Bluetooth devices on this keyboard. It's approximately 31 centimeters wide and 12 centimeters tall. And height wise it is approximately 16.5 millimeters. The keyboard weighs 500 grams. The mechanical key switches in this keyboard have approximately 100 million keystrokes lifespan, which is twice as long as traditional key switches. It uses low profile mechanical key switches which have a height of 2 millimeters. The keyboard also has cherry height keycaps and they feel very comfortable to type on. On Amazon this keyboard goes for about £80. The keyboard itself is built out of metal and also plastic. Overall it feels very solid. It does have rubber feet. The keys feel very smooth and you can see that it does fold in half and you can see the ribbon cable going across to the other side, and we'll talk about the folding mechanism later on. This keyboard also has a built-in stand as I mentioned earlier, and you can see that it claps into the body, which is very cool because it makes it very compact. Now while the keyboard does feel really solid and is really well built, I found that the power switch on this keyboard feels very mushy and it does take a few seconds to turn on after being switched on, and I wasn't expecting that for a keyboard in this price range, but the power switch hasn't given me any issues. This keyboard can connect up to 3 Bluetooth devices and you can switch between the devices used in the keyboard. If you want to use this keyboard in wired mode, you have to turn the keyboard off. When you turn the keyboard on, it goes into wireless mode, so that is one thing to keep note of. And this keyboard has one LED in the middle of the keyboard, and the LED is red when it's on and it goes off when it's fully charged, and when the battery is low it blinks red. When it's blinking blue, that means the keyboard is in pairing mode. When it blinks slowly in blue color, that means it is trying to connect to the device, and when it's connected it is blue. The keyboard has white backlighting which is very nice and easy to look at. It has 5 levels of brightness and you can turn the backlighting off. It also has, I believe, one lighting effect which is breathing. I just leave the backlighting always on because it's easy to see in the dark. This keyboard has a 640 mAh battery inside it, and it takes approximately 2.5 hours to charge. The battery life on this keyboard is quite long. Apparently it can go up to 200 hours if you're using the keyboard non-stop with the backlighting off, and it goes up to about 30 hours with the backlighting on, but from my experience it's lasted me like a month or so it's very nice. The keyboard does also have anti-ghosting, and if you use this in Bluetooth wireless mode, you can press up to 6 keys at the same time. But if you use the keyboard in wired mode, you can press as many keys as you want. So this keyboard does qualify for gaming. Let's talk about the folding mechanism on this keyboard. As you can see, you can fold this keyboard in half, and it has a ribbon cable you can see connecting both of the sides. And the mechanism feels very sturdy. You're not gonna break this unless you try to break it. The keyboard comes with a sleeve that you can slot this into, and then you can carry this around. And after using this keyboard for a while, I have realized that this is a very niche feature. There's not a lot of people out there that need to carry a keyboard folded in half like this. That's because most people who want to carry around a mechanical keyboard have a very flat bag, like a laptop bag or a carrying case for a tablet, and they can slide a normal keyboard into that. So when it comes to this folding keyboard, I can only assume that people who carry around a odd shaped bag like a rucksack or something can benefit from this. Otherwise most people will just be fine with a keyboard that does not fold up. Now I would have said that the folding mechanism and the feature on this is a bit of a gimmick, but then I realized I can actually fold this keyboard up and carry this in my jacket pocket, and while it does pop out, it does fit in the jacket, and that is something that I cannot do with other keyboards. And so if you are somebody who doesn't carry around a bag, you can carry this keyboard in your jacket, which is awesome. And because it has a built-in stand, you don't have to carry around a separate item. This keyboard comes with the red switches and also the brown switches, and I've gone for the brown switches, which feel really nice to type on. Let's talk about the positives and the cons of this keyboard from my experience. Now, what I like about this keyboard is the portability and also the typing experience, because this is a mechanical keyboard and it feels better to type on than any other chiclet style keyboard that you can buy. That being said, there are some things that I dislike about this keyboard, and they all comes down to the layout. I do know that this is a 60% keyboard to keep the size down, but it does have some issues, for me at least. And so mainly the issues I have with this keyboard are to do with the function layers and typing on this keyboard, using this with my desktop at home as well as my laptop, and I'm just going to mention them in my opinion as negatives. You can press the FN and the left control key to change the functions, and this has two layers. The first layer is the default and the second layer is the function keys switched on. Now this means in the normal mode you can use the numbers in the top row, but if you want to use the function keys in the top row, you have to go into the function layer. To do that, you press the FN and the left control key, and then you can use the functions. But this actually removes the ability to type numbers, which is very weird. While you're in the function layer, you can press the shift and use the secondary functions on the keys, which are the media controls and the home buttons and everything for Android and iOS devices. And also when you use the function layer, the page up and down keys are inverted with the function, so that's a bit annoying, which is weird and is completely unusual. I've never seen this on keyboards, and so it has been a bit annoying because it switches the keys around. But you can go back to the default layer by holding down the FN and pressing the left control again. Now you do get used to this, and it is actually quite quick. The only thing I adjust is the volume most of the time. Apart from that, it's been fine and it's been nice. But when it comes to video editing, I do use this keyboard for video editing, and using the page up and down keys can get a bit annoying, and this is where the limitation of the 60% keyboard comes in, and that's why I have always liked 75% keyboards. But that's my preference. Now there are a couple things to know. The blue LED light is a bit annoying because it is very bright. And also if you're using a tablet, the USB Type-C port does get blocked. Now you're not going to be needing the USB Type-C port unless you're going to use the keyboard wired, but that's just something to take note of. If you want to charge the keyboard and use it at the same time, the tablet gets in the way and you cannot plug this in unless you move the tablet to the side. So it's time to conclude. I do like this keyboard and it feels really nice to type on. The brown switches are really nice, although when it comes to low profile switches, I think the red switches are better. The keyboard feels very nice to type on, and it is very easy to type on, and it's a compact keyboard, very portable, with features that make it very nice to use with tablets and smartphones. The folding mechanism and the folding feature of this keyboard are pretty nice, but as I mentioned, if you're going to carry a tablet around, you can probably just slot this keyboard in along with the tablet. Unless you don't carry around a big device and you don't carry around a bag, that folding mechanism is going to come in really handy. So it's a niche keyboard, it's not for everybody, but it's a very nice keyboard. Now if you do have any questions, ask me in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in another video.